So, what looks like a Star Wars film sounds like a Star Wars film, but blatantly isn't a Star Wars film? Unfortunately, this. Hey moviegoers, it's Shinobi Nando with another movie review. Tonight I've just seen Solo, a Star Wars story. Remember guys, this video is completely spoiler free. I will go through some spoilers in a separate video. There's not too much really to talk about spoiler free, so I will actually be doing a spoiler filled review. So let's just jump straight into this. Is this as bad as everyone says? Is it as bad as the prequels? Well, first of all, I don't think it's as bad as everyone says, and number two, I don't think it's as bad as the prequels. The prequels were written very poorly and acted very poorly, filmed very poorly, to be honest. This film is shot beautifully, it sounds like Star Wars, it looks like Star Wars. Oh my god, the backgrounds sometimes are more interesting than what's going on with the actual plot. And that's the main issue. I was more interested in the world building. This movie does a fantastic job at world building, by the way. There are some scenes and stuff going on in the background that just really flesh out the Star Wars universe. But I was so bored by the plot. It's not that the acting's bad or that the script was particularly boring. The jokes are horrible. The jokes do not land. You're just kind of there like, I hate to say the word cringe. I don't normally cringe, but yeah, they weren't great. Some of the characters, like the new droid, is blatantly just like shoehorned in there because the robot in Rogue One was so funny. Probably a credit to the writing or Alan Tudyk. Despite having so many writers, directors, whatever, the plot is coherent. It's just dull. I mean, imagine if The Hobbit was just purely 3 hours of how he got the ring. And that's essentially Solo, a Star Wars story. And that's the main problem with Solo, a Star Wars story. So we know what's happening. We know what's going to happen in the end. There's no tension. Characters that show up, you're pretty much like, you're going to die or you're going to disappear. Especially if you're a Star Wars fan. Things are said in the Star Wars universe so much that it really is just kind of like somebody visualizing or putting on camera exactly what was said in one of the movies. I made the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. We see him make the Kessel Run in 12 parsecs. I think Red Letter Media said it really, really well. They were like, I hope to God this isn't a movie where it goes, oh, Han Solo's vest, it was worn by this guy, here you go. I'm not saying that happens, but things like that do happen in the film. It's like, oh, the Millennium Falcon, oh, Han Solo's gun, ooh, Chewbacca, how did they meet? You know how they meet. It's just kind of done visually now. There are, I don't know if I'd call them surprises, unique things in the film. Again, we'll go over that in the spoiler bit. Other than that, guys, I'm so bored by this film. Honestly, I was so disinterested in what was going on. It had no real plot. It just went from like point A to point B to point C. You could tell that it was shot by different people in certain scenes. You could tell that there was different tones. There's so much they try to cram in there as well. If something was mentioned in the expanded universe, they pretty much felt like, we need one scene dictating that, and very obviously stating it. There's a lot of exposition as well. Some characters are just there to go, you are Han Solo. Anyways, guys, like I said, I'm going to do a spoiler review. There's a bit more to talk with spoilers, which is ironic because there is no real spoilers to this story. We know what happens. He makes the Kessel Run, he meets Lando, he does a thing, and then eventually he meets Luke Skywalker. There's no urgency, there's no, oh my goodness, I was just so bleh by this film. Okay, quickly guys, let's just sum this up. The world building was amazing. It looked fantastic. Like I said in the beginning gag, it sounds like Star Wars, doesn't feel like Star Wars. The main plot is boring. Things just happen for the sake of happening. Certain characters exist just to kind of like lend themselves to the plot. It's not funny. It's not funny whatsoever. And again, it's really telling when I wanted to know more about what was happening in the background off screen than what Han Solo and Emily Clark were doing. Alright guys, with that, I give this movie 2 stars. Don't go waste your money seeing it in cinema. Don't go grabbing the merch or anything like that. Just wait for it to I don't know, screen it, wait for it to come on Blu-ray. That's it guys, so if you liked the review, if you found it helpful, give it a like. If you want to know more, please feel free to ask me in the comments or look out for my spoiler-filled review. And don't forget to subscribe because I'll be doing more movie reviews, more unboxings, and more Let's Plays. See you later, moviegoers.